What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets. Hope everybody's having an excellent weekend. I'm sorry for not doing more content. I've been sick as a dog since Thursday night, so I haven't really been active on social media or anything because I couldn't get off the couch. But it's been fun to see all the reactions following the Jets win over the Texans. Obviously, the Garrett Wilson catch was one of the best I've ever seen as a Jets fan. So you have that. You have the Aaron Rodgers second half performance where he's saying he feels a lot better, a lot more mobile. So you're hoping as a fan they go, 6-2 over the next 8, or 7-1. But the whole goal is to make the playoffs, because if not, it's going to be very ugly. And this win over the Texans has some serious ramifications, because if they lost this game, it would have been 6 in a row. And then the trade deadline being on Tuesday, the Jets would have been sellers, and you had to hope for it, because it's all about the rebuild next year. It's like get cap space, get draft assets, and move on. DJ Reed, Conklin, Reddick, whoever else, Mike Williams, they could all go. Now they have a glimmer of hope, which is always dangerous with the Jets, that they maybe turned it around and they can make that run. So now they're not going to be obviously buyers, because they already got Devontae Adams and they have nothing else. They're just stuck with their cap space. But now they're going to be status quo, and it's like, all right, you better go on a run, because if not, you're kind of you're not damaging, but you're making next year a little more difficult, because you look at some of the incentives these players have, and Rich Cimini did a great job today, where you have Tyron Smith met his playing time incentives as of now. So for the next 3 games, as long as he plays, he's making $1 million per game. The last 5, he's making 1.25. So if you don't play him, you're literally taking money out of his pocket. Will an interim head coach have the courage to do that? Not sure. Will Joe Douglas, a lame duck general manager, will he do that? Not so sure. Meanwhile, Olu will not play his natural position at all, where you want him to start next year. So in a lost season, your first round pick is not playing his natural position. And meanwhile, I give him a lot of credit for what he did playing at right guard. And you have Mike Williams, who's, you can make a good case should be traded, but they won't, because they got Aaron Lazard's banged up. You want to have every piece in place to have this run able to be made. But, then, will you see more of Corley? It's just, to me, I know as fans, we want to buy into something. You want to see this team make the run. They desperately need to make us feel good. But if they don't, man, and they win 7 games, you're really stuck in no man's land, where you have a lot of guys here that aren't going to be here next year, accumulating a lot of cap space, and you're not getting any return on your investment, because you're going to be gone next year, and your young players aren't getting a chance. So this is a really interesting time for the Jets, man, and I hate being in these spots. And it's just like people are acting like the Jets have arrived at 3-6. They're the best 3-6 team out there. That doesn't really mean anything. You're only good as your last performance. Beat the Cardinals, you buy a little bit more. But you literally got to get back to 500 before you do this. And unfortunately, your trade deadline is Tuesday. So I'm really interested to see what happens here. Like, a part of me, like on Thursday, when we watched the game, if you watched our first half stream, I was like, trade DJ Reed. He deserves to be on a winning team for as good as he's played. And now it's like, he's kind of stuck in no man's land too, where, it's so interesting. It's always the Jets. We're always in these spots where it's just like there's always a catch of something. You won the game, but what's the aftermath? And so we'll see what happens, but this is going to be so interesting. If this team does not come out with a big-time performance against the Cardinals, this ship's going to sink. Talk to you guys later.